Here's how Jamaica's Tina Clayton beat Brianna Lyston, became ISA Boys and Girls Champs Class 1 Girls 100-meter champion, and proved that I was wrong. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Now go ahead, please hit the subscribe button. When you do that, go ahead and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here on Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, hit the like button and finally leave your comments. I'd really love to know your thoughts on our analysis as to how Tina Clayton beat Brianna Lyston, became the Class 1 100-meter girls champion, and proved that we here at Peter Lloyd World were wrong in our prediction. When you're ready? Yep, good to go. Now, before we start this video, there are a few things we need to clear up. First of all, I'm not feeling at my best, but I believe I need to do this video. Secondarily, the television Jamaica owns the complete broadcast and copyright rights to all images and all videos of ISA Boys and Girls Champs 2022. So we can absolutely not use even a clip, a picture, nothing of actual champs. We simply can't do it. So you're not going to see any of the champs videos. So let me tell you this up front. So if you're expecting to see a champs video, you are not. What you're going to see and here is our analysis as to how Brianna Lyston was beaten by Tina Clayton in the Class 1 Girls 100 meters. Okay? Let's be clear. Some of you are regulars here at Peter Lloyd World know that we did two prediction videos about ISA Boys and Girls Champs. In the first prediction video, we declared that Brianna Lyston would have won the girls Class 1 100 meters and would possibly have broken the long-held Veronica Campbell-Brown Class 1 girls 100 meter national record. Clearly, we were wrong on both accounts. However, we did do a second video after that video, which we had to remove at the request of Television Jamaica because we had used two pictures of the actual champs events. So in that prediction video, we stated very clearly that looking back at the stats, we had rethought and our analysis. Now, of course, that doesn't really matter at this point in time because some of you maybe saw it, but most of you didn't because, as I said, we had to remove all our champs videos. Now, Tina Clayton won the Class 1 Girls ISA Boys and Girls Champs 100 meter finals recently at Champs. She won in a time of 11.23, running into gale force winds, pretty much a hurricane, with Brianna Lyston right on her heels, running, I think, 11.26. So let's look at how Tina Clayton was able to achieve this goal. And we think we have four very specific reasons as to how she was able to do this. Let me say this point blank. She deserved the win. Congrats to her. And, you know, I'm a huge fan of Tina Clayton. Big respect. She deserved the win. So let's start. In 2021 in Nairobi, Kenya at the World Athletics Under-20 Championships, Jamaica's Tina Clayton emerged victorious as the Under-20 World Champion over the 100 meters. She was absolutely dominant. First in the heats, in the semi-finals, and then in the finals, she won in a time of 11.09, running into a minus 0.6 headwind. Watch. Now, this win established her PB over the 100 meters to be this 11.09 into that minus 0.6 headwind in Nairobi, Kenya. And one must remember that Brianna Lyston's best time, which was at Central Champs, was actually 11.14. Now, I think many of us didn't see Tina Clayton hitting that kind of time, primarily because we had not seen her run anything close to that throughout the beginning of the early 22 season. Here she is in the prelims at the Carifta Games trials. The first time I remember seeing her run 100 meters this year in the 2022 season, where she won comfortably. Watch. Now, she won that prelim in a time of 11.39. Remember what I said. Her PB over the 100 meters is actually 11.09 seconds. And this was a huge indicator. And in our second prediction video, we did state that this was one of the reasons why we thought she probably could win the finals. So she had the faster time. Very straightforward. Second point I want to make, again referencing her in Nairobi, Kenya, is this. Tina Clayton is a winner. She's used to winning. That's very straightforward. She is used to winning. She has competed nationally, NACA champion, Carifta Games, world under 20 100 meter champion. She's used to winning. She's used to the pressures that is placed on you when you enter the big stage. And that's a really important thing. I want you to just follow up my points. So the first point is, A, she had the faster time, 11.09 seconds. Secondly, because of all this international exposure, she had that experience, an experience that, by the way, Brianna Lyston did not have. And that's a very important factor here. Now, in the finals at the Carifta trials, it was her sister, Tia Clayton, who won. Let's watch. I was impressed with this race. I really was with this finals. I was. All three winners. In fact, all four, the first 4 or 5 girls all did well. Really, really well. So then, of course, we saw Brianna Lyston do that 11.14 at Central Champs. Very impressive and looking seamless. Very impressive. Of course, she did not run in the finals. That was in the semifinals, and it was Tina Clayton who won that final, I believe, in I think it was 11.26. Correct me if I'm wrong. So far I've stated 1, Tina Clayton had the faster PB, without a doubt 11.09 as against 11.14. She had not run anything close to that, but we should have known that if she was able to do it last year, she could have. Number 2, she has far more international experience, far more experience on the major stage, far more experience dealing with the stress that a finals of this caliber can bring, can create for you in a race. Then there's a third element that happened with Michael Dyke, the coach of Edwin Allen, who very, very brilliantly basically stated that the girls were not going to compete in the 200 meters because he had a very deep team, which he clearly did. They won the girls section of the Easter Boys and Girls Champs. That's Edwin Allen. But I also think, he stated it. He wanted the girls to have fresher legs, not only just for the 4x100 meters, which they were amazing in, but also the 100 meters. And Brianna ran, I believe, 3 races. Brianna Lyston ran the 100, the 200, as well as a 4x1, if my memory serves me correctly. This was sheer brilliance on Michael Dyke's part. Now, Michael Dyke's goal is to make sure his girls win. So there's a difference. Now, some of you are going to state, and it's a valid point, that the 100 meter happened very, very early. So both girls were equally matched in terms of fitness and freshness, and I agree with that. But I do think there must be some psychological aspect to it, or even the athlete trying to hold back because they know Brianna Lyston knew she had 2 races to run. I think that's also very important. Here's where, for me, it's really unfortunate that because of copyright issues, there's no way to show you the race, because if you remember, if you saw the race, there's a very important factor, and I'm going to break down the race for you as easily as I can. First of all, Brianna Lyston got a bullet start in that final. She got out of the blocks fast. In the first 10 to 30 meters, she was ahead of Tina Clayton. Tina Clayton, we know, is not known for getting the greatest start. She had an average start, which was good enough for her. By the 50th meter, Tina Clayton had basically reeled Brianna Lyston back in. From the 50th meter to about the 85th meter over that 100 meters, both girls were neck and neck, shoulder to shoulder. And then experience kicked in. In the last 15 meters of that race, what happened is Brianna Lyston gave into the pressure and lost her form. I want you to go back and look at that. Go back to TVJ and look at that race. If Brianna Lyston had held her form, the race would either have been closer, or she could actually have won. She lost her form. She started to overextend. Do you remember that race between Gatlin and Usain Bolt? When Gatlin had won every single race, Bolt, and in the final race, when Gatlin heard Bolt coming alongside him, Gatlin lost his form and started to overextend his strides. And that's exactly what Brianna Lyston did. She, due to her lack of experience, she lost her form. And due to her experience and being able to handle this level of pressure, and I'm not saying Brianna Lyston can't handle pressure. All I'm saying is that Brianna Lyston does not yet have the experience. I'm telling you, after going through this, she won't make that mistake again. Tina Clayton held her form and both ladies gave us, I think, the most exciting race I've seen at Champs in maybe 20 years. An amazing race. So these are the reasons why we believe Tina Clayton won. Tina Clayton on paper has the faster PB, 11.09 seconds. I mean, the gale force winds that both of those girls ran into, I believe we could have had something closer to 11 seconds. I believe that had we not had that hurricane happen right in the beginning of that race, we would have seen VC's record break, because trust me, people, they were running into a hurricane. It was unreal. The number 2 thing is the experience. Tina Clayton just had more experience on the big stage in that kind of final, so she was able to. She held her, which led to number 3. As a result of that, she was able to hold her form in the last 20 meters of that race. She held her form, and that's what made the difference between winning and losing. Brianna Lyston started to overextend because of lack of experience, not because of lack of talent. And the 3, it was brilliant that Michael Dyke decided that Tina would only run 2 races and therefore have time to solely and completely and utterly concentrate on running and winning that 100 meters. It was, I think, one of the most exciting races I've ever seen. And it was one of the reasons why we were the first channel, I'm going to state this publicly, who started to talk about Brianna Lyston and the rivalry that we saw coming. And, you know, they say if you don't speak the truth, you speak the truth. We were the first channel. Go check. So I was happy whomever won, because they're both Jamaicans and they're both remarkably talented people. So this is how Tina Clayton was able to beat Brianna Lyston. 2, and became the Class 1 Girls 100-meter champion. And 3, proved that our original prediction video where we had Brianna Lyston winning was wrong. Hats off and kudos to the remarkable Tina Clayton and the Clayton twins. And hats off and kudos to the remarkable Brianna Lyston, because let me tell you something, people. This upcoming weekend at Crifter Games, you're going to see a lot of stuff. You know, this rivalry is one that's going to be here for a long time. And I am happy to have been a part of witnessing history. We have seen the birth of 3 of the single most talented female sprinters on the planet. If they all 3, that is Tina, Tia, and Brianna Lyston, if they all remain healthy. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow here at Peter Lloyd World. I know the video is long, but you know it would have to be given the nature of this video. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. Hit that like button. We love the engagement. And leave your thoughts. Do you think I'm blowing smoke? Do you think I'm making sense? And you know what? Congratulations to both of these remarkable young ladies. In fact, congratulations to all the girls who made it to the finals. And big up to Issa Boys and Girls Champs for giving us this amazing, amazing treat. You are kings and queens, greatness personified. Believe in yourselves and bless up.